The reflection. You want to know about revenge? Let me tell you about mine. Actually, let me tell you about ours. It started before I was even born. Well, before I knew I was born. That sonogram my parents kept hidden showed two Bobbies, twins floating in the darkness together. But one of us was different, imperfect in my father's eyes, and that was a death sentence in our house. Perfection was the only currency that mattered to Dan, my father, the plastic surgeon who spent his days sculpting other people's faces while his own family crumbled. I'm Maria, or at least I was just Maria. I'm 20 now, but this story begins when I was 17, living in what looked like a normal suburban house with what looked like a normal family. But nothing was normal. Nothing was even close. Every morning started the same way, silent breakfasts where the only sound was silverware scraping against plates. My mother Amy would stare into her coffee like it held answers to questions she was too afraid to ask. My father Dan would check his phone, probably texting one of his mistresses. Everyone knew he was cheating. Mom knew. I knew. But we all played our parts in this pathetic theater of denial. School wasn't any better. I was the outcast, the girl everyone loved to ignore or torment. I'd light up a cigarette the second I left the house, just to feel something, to rebel in the smallest way possible. The bus rides were torture. Students would literally recoil when I sat near them, like I carried some contagious disease of unpopularity. I had one friend, if you could call her that. Lily. Beautiful, popular Lily who kept me around like a pet, someone to make her feel better about herself. I'd watch her with her boyfriend Sean, this gorgeous guy who actually seemed kind, and I'd feel this burning jealousy eating me alive from the inside. I wanted what she had. I wanted him. I wanted to matter to someone, anyone. Home was a prison. My father would look at me with this clinical disappointment, like I was a failed surgery he couldn't fix. My mother would try in her broken way, talking about setting me up with boys, about prom, about having a normal teenage life. But how could I be normal when everything around me was so fucked up? When my father openly criticized my appearance at the dinner table? When my mother's depression hung over our house like fog? One night after a particularly brutal dinner where my father literally called me an embarrassment, I found it, the sonogram hidden in my mirror frame. Two Bobbies, twins. I stared at that image for a long time, not understanding, not yet knowing that my entire life had been built on a lie, on a murder. That's when I first saw her. My reflection moved on its own in the bathroom mirror. I thought I was losing my mind. I hid behind the toilet, trembling before forcing myself to look again. And there she was, me but not me, smiling, confident, alive in a way I'd never been. Aram, that's what she called herself. Maria backwards. My twin sister, the one they killed at birth because she wasn't perfect enough for Dan's standards. But she never really died. She'd been with me all along, trapped in every reflection, watching, waiting. She promised she could help me, make me happy, get revenge on everyone who'd hurt us. And God help me, I believed her. I wanted to believe her because she saw something in me, in us, that no one else did. She said we were beautiful, not just me. We. Things changed after that. I started trying. I told my parents I'd go to prom. I asked Lily to teach me ice skating. My father actually said he was proud of me, though it was only because I'd started wearing more makeup, looking more acceptable to him. I spent a day with him, went to his clinic, watched him work, saw his mistress there. We saw a movie together. He was trying in his pathetic way, and I was trying too. Then came the birthday present. My own father wanted to give me plastic surgery, to fix me, like I was one of his patients, one of his projects. I was 17 years old, and my father's gift was telling me I wasn't good enough as I was. I ran to Aram. I always ran to Aram. She was furious. She wanted to protect me, to hurt everyone who'd hurt us. And talking to her felt so good, so validating. But I didn't realize I was becoming more unstable, more disconnected from reality. Lily mocked me when I fell during ice skating lessons and just left me there alone on the ice. Mark, this psychopath bully who tormented me for years, cornered me at the prom and assaulted me. I was shattered, completely broken. That's when it happened. I touched the mirror and we switched places. Aram took control of my body while I became the reflection, trapped, watching helplessly as my dead twin sister lived my life. She was everything I wasn't: confident, seductive, dangerous. When Mark tried to bully her, she fought back viciously. She orchestrated this whole plan to expose my father's affairs to my mother, to tear apart our already fragile family. She broke Mark's leg in a trap she set for him. The sound of his bones snapping still echoes in my head. Then she killed Lily, made it look like an accident during ice skating practice, but I knew. I watched from the mirror as Lily's head cracked against the ice, as the light left her eyes. I screamed for Aram to stop, to switch back with me, but she refused. She said they all deserved to be punished for what they'd done to us. She got close to Sean, started partying with him, drinking, smoking. She became this wild version of me that I'd never had the courage to be. But when the police called about Lily's death and Sean tried to force her to go to the station, she panicked. Hit him with a bottle. He died too. That one she didn't mean. I saw the devastation in her eyes, the same devastation I felt trapped in that mirror. My mother's nightmares got worse. She started remembering the birth, the twin baby Dan had killed, the deformed one, the imperfect one, Aram. The final confrontation happened at my father's office. Aram demanded answers. Would he have loved us if we were ugly? If we were deformed? He couldn't say yes. After everything, after destroying our family with his obsession with perfection, he still couldn't say he'd love his own daughter if she wasn't beautiful enough. So she killed him too. And honestly, I felt relief. This man who'd made me hate myself my entire life, who'd murdered my twin sister at birth, who'd offered me plastic surgery instead of love, he was gone. But then something changed. After Dan's death, Aram couldn't see me in the mirror anymore. We'd merged somehow, become one person. I went home to my mother, this broken woman who'd lost everything, who'd carried the guilt of her murdered baby for 17 years. Now I'm 20 and I'm still not sure where Maria ends and Aram begins. Are we both murderers, both victims, both survivors of a family that valued appearance over humanity? I look in mirrors sometimes and I don't know who's looking back. Is it me? Is it her? Is it us? My mother knows something is different. She sees it in my eyes, both the pain of the daughter she raised and the rage of the daughter she lost. We're trying to build something new from the ashes of our destroyed family. Some days are harder than others. People at school think I disappeared, that I ran away after Sean's death. They don't know I'm still here, changed, combined, complete in a way I never was before. I have Aram's confidence now, her strength. But I also carry her darkness, her capacity for violence. Was it revenge? Yes. Was it justice? I don't know anymore. All I know is that the people who hurt us are gone and we're still here. Two souls sharing one body, one life, one future that's completely uncertain. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if my father had just loved both his daughters. If he'd let Aram live. If he'd valued us for who we were instead of what we looked like. Maybe none of this would have happened. Maybe we could have just been sisters, twins, two girls figuring out life together instead of one dead and one dying inside. But that's not our story. Our story is darker, bloodier, more twisted than that. Our story is about what happens when you push someone too far, when you make them feel worthless for too long. Our story is about a reflection that became real and a real girl who became a reflection. And now we're just trying to survive with blood on our hands and a future we never planned for. Together, always together. Because neither of us can exist without the other anymore. That's the thing about revenge. It doesn't fix what's broken. It just breaks you in different ways.